Now, Good Morning Orlando again probes the mysterious world of the millennials to reveal how and what young America thinks. It's another spine-tingling journey into Yaffee World. And with the Yaffee generation, voters age 18 to 34 about to become the biggest voting bloc in America, surpassing the baby boomers. That's going to happen next election cycle. There is really something, Yaffee, going on with your generation here as this political season unfolds, and a lot of it focuses on the insurgent campaign of the aged socialist Bernie Sanders.
Exactly, and what got us thinking about this is there's a story in The Atlantic. It says, win or lose, the Democrat, speaking of Bernie Sanders, has already accelerated a major generational shift within the Democratic Party.
You agree with that?
I do. I've actually been saying for a while, and this isn't a good thing, but I've been saying for a while that even if Bernie Sanders loses, which it looks like he's probably going to lose the nomination, that he has started a movement, and he has started a movement with young people, and it's a movement of socialism. Maybe not extreme socialism like Cuba, but democratic socialism. Big government, big spending, big regulation.
You're about as rock solid a young guy as I know on the conservative side of the political ledger here. You cannot be happy with that prospect.
I am not happy with that, but there is some hope. I will say this. I like to give the audience hope every now and then, and there is some hope. I think there's also a movement within the Republican Party and independents to go, among young people, to go more libertarian. So what I'm noticing, and I've talked about this before, what I'm noticing is the millennial generation, the Yaffee generation, is going to extremes. And I think that is happening because the economic problems in our country, and it seems to be really affecting my generation maybe more than others, economic opportunity especially.
And Gina touched on that in the Bloomberg Business Report here about, how tough it is. Once you graduate from college, you invest all of this, you're in hock up to your ears with student loan debt, and you go out normally to get a good job and then be able to pay that back and go live on your own, not with mom and dad till you're 35. And it's really hard to do that. And your generation is experiencing very, very tough economic times.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not the same economy that it was, say, for your generation, Bud, when you were coming up. College is more expensive. Jobs are not as stable. And job opportunity right now for my generation is not looking good. When you look in the 60s, there was a lot of extremes between young people as well. But it wasn't the economy, it was the Vietnam War probably. So stuff like this can happen to drag people to the extremes, and hopefully we can just convince them to become conservative. Now, the other good news is, as we talked about before, once they enter the workforce and once they start making money, reality sort of hits them, and they start realizing there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah.
But we have to fight for conservatism and liberty because we have to create an economic environment that people will want. The millennial generation will want more opportunity and can succeed more.
It helps us to better understand the insurgent campaign of Bernie Sanders and the hold he has on young American voters. Thanks for the trip to Yaffee World. Join us next time for another illuminating journey into the mind of the millennials in Yaffee World.